This is the formula for reduced adjective clauses. Please read carefully. And then, this is the questions and the directions. The direction: each of the following sentences contains an adjective clause in a complete or reduced form. Underline the adjective clauses, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Number 1 and number 2 have been answered. Number 1 is correct and number 2 is incorrect. Number 3. The answer is correct. Number 4. The answer is incorrect. The reason is because this is like number 1. In this sentence, purchasing should be purchased. Then we must omit V verb, it was. So we omit was. So the sentence should be: the brand new Cadillac purchased less than 2 weeks ago destroyed in the accident. Number 5. The answer is incorrect. The reason is because in this sentence there's no V verb. So, based on formula, if there is no V verb, we must omit connector and verb must inform. So we omit who, then supporting is already verb in. Number 6 is incorrect. The reason is because if there is be verb, we must omit it. So we omit were. Number 7 is incorrect. Why? Because this sentence is passive. So verb is placing, we change with placed. Number 8. The answer is correct. Number 9 is incorrect. Why? Because this sentence is active. In this sentence, heard should be hearing. Number 10. The answer is incorrect. Why? Because this sentence is illogical. In this sentence, there really was not. We think it's illogical. So, really was not, it should be was not really.
Then, continue with my partner.
This is the formula of reduced adverb clauses. Please read carefully. Exercise 14. The direction. Each of the following sentences contain a reduced adverb clause. Circle the adverb connectors, underline the reduced clauses, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Number 1 and number 2 have been answered. Number 1 is correct and number 2 is incorrect. Number 3 is correct. The adverb connector is where and the reduced clause is needed. Number 4 is correct. The adverb connector is after. The reduced clause is completing. Number 5 is incorrect. Why? Because this is the passive sentence. So we must change selecting with selected and for with by. The original sentence is, although he is not selected by the team, he attends all of the games as fan. We must omit he and is to be the reduced adverb clauses. Number 6 is incorrect. Why? Because this is the active sentence. So we must change purchase with purchasing. The original sentence is, when the buyer purchases at the store, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items. We must omit the buyer purchases with purchasing to be the reduced adverb clauses. Number 7 is correct. The adverb connector is unless and the reduced clause is taken. Number 8 is incorrect. Why? Because this is the active sentence. So we must change by with buying. The original sentence is, you should negotiate a lot before you buy a new car. We must omit before and you and change by with buying to be the reduced adverb clause. Number 9 is correct. The adverb connector is once and the reduced clause is purchase. Number 10 is correct. The adverb connector is though and the reduced clause is located. We will continue with exercise skills 13 to 14. The direction. Each of the following sentences contains a reduced clause. Underline the reduced clauses, then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Number 1 is incorrect. Why? Because the first sentence is reduced adverb clause, so we omit was. And the second sentence is reduced adjective clause, so we omit was. Number 2 is correct. The first sentence is reduced adjective clause and the second sentence is reduced adverb clause. Number 3 is correct. The first sentence is reduced adjective clause and the second sentence is reduced adverb clause. Number 4 is incorrect. Why? Because the both sentences are the adjective clause and they are the active sentence, so we change need with needing. Number 5 is correct. The sentence is reduced adjective clause. Number 6 is incorrect. Why? Because the both sentences are reduced adjective clause and they are the passive sentence, so we omit was. Number 7 is correct. The both sentences are reduced adjective clause. Number 8 is incorrect. Why? Because the sentence is reduced adverb clause and it is the active sentence, so we change decided with deciding. Number 9 is correct. The sentence is reduced adjective clause. Number 10 is correct. The sentence is reduced adverb clause.
Okay, in this part, we wanna try to answer some questions from TOEFL exercise.
1. When blank 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 nests during spring nesting season, Canadian geese are fiercely territorial. The answer is A. The reason is this sentence uses reduced adverb clause. And in this sentence, there is no V-verb. If there is no V-verb, we must omit subject and verb must inform, and we have the connector. The connector is when. So we just need verb ing. The best answer is A, building.
Number 2. In 1870, Calvin, along with Adirondack hunter Alva Downing, made the first known ascent of Sweet Mountain, blank blank blank, far from roads or trails. The answer is A, a remote peak. Why? Because the sentence has a main subject and verb with several phrases and commas. One should identify Calvin and Matt as part of the main sentence. After the blank, we have a phrase which leads to give extra information on the mountain. This means we need the first part of the phrase. It is not B because the connector it has requires the phrase to have a verb and its own, and it doesn't. It is not C because it has a verb and would require a connector. It is not B because it has a subject and verb and no connector as an adjustment. It is A.
3. Kokanee salmon begin to deteriorate and die soon blank 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 at the age of 4. The answer is B. Why? Because this sentence use reduced adverb clause and this sentence is active. There is no V verb and no connector in this sentence. If there is no V verb, so we need verb ing and connector. The best answer is B, after spawning. After is the connector and spawning is the verb ing.
Number 4. Blank 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 behind government secrecy for nearly half a century. The Hanford plant in central Washington produced plutonium for the nuclear weapons of the Cold War. The answer is C, which is hidden. Why? Because the sentence has a main subject and verb after the middle comma. The middle comma suggests that a connector is missing at the beginning of the idea or a complete descriptive phrase. It is not A because it has a subject and verb. It is not C because it has a verb. It is not D because it has a subject and verb. It is B.
5. Until blank 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 incorrect. Astronomers had assumed that the insides of white dwarfs were uniform. The answer is D. Because the main subject and verb are identified after the middle comma. The blank is placed after the beginning connector, which suggests we need to look for the combination of words to complete the beginning phrase. It's not A because it's an independent subject. It's not B because the possessive phrase would require an additional verb to work. And then it's not C because it repeats the subject. So the answer is D, recently proven.
Number 6. Blank 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 artifact from the early Chinese dynasties. Numerous archaeologists have explored the southern Silk Route. The answer is D, searching for. Why? Because the main subject and verb are located after the middle comma. The middle comma suggests that a beginning connector is missing or a word sequence to complete the opening phrase. It has a subject and verb. It is not B because it has a subject and verb. It is not C because mention of the ed doesn't match with the main present perfect verb. It is D.
7. In Haley, the best known lecturer was women's rights activist Abigail Scott Janeway of Portland, Oregon, who could usually be persuaded to speak blank 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 town visiting her son. The answer is B. Because the blank is located towards the ends of the sentence. The place of the blank suggests that a preposition or connector is missing to complete the link between final phrases. It's not A because it has subject and verb, and it's not C because it has a subject and verb. It's not D because it's a verb. So the answer is B, while in.
Number 8. The National Restaurant blank 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 Washington says that federal effort to regulate workplace smoking would limit restaurants' ability to respond to the desires of their patrons. The answer is D. Association based in. Why? Because there is clearly a main verb as well as a middle connector which leads into a secondary full sentence. The middle comma suggests that either another comma is missing and the restaurant is in fact the main subject. It is not A because it has not comma to compensate the exciting one. It is not B because there would be no connection with the sentence before and after the comma. It is not C because the connector does not balance out with the comma. It is D.
9. Blank 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 in North American waterways less than a decade ago, zebra mussels have already earned a nasty reputation for their expensive habit of clogging water pipes in the Great Lakes area. The answer is B. The reason is the main subject and verb are situated after the middle comma. The middle comma suggests that an opening connector or verb phrase is missing. It's not A because it has no connector. It's not C because it repeats the main subject. It's not D because the created meaning would be incongruent with the main sentence. The correct answer is B, although first cited.
Number 10. Small companies may take their goods abroad for trade shows without paying foreign value-added taxes by acquiring blank 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 net. The answer is B, a document called. Why? Because the blank is placed toward the end of the sentence. Considering its location suggests that a word combination that connects one phrase with the next is missing. It is not A because the verb is simple present and would create a illogical meaning. It is not C because the verb is not in simple present and it has an inversion. It is not D because the noun and verb are inverted. It is B.
Hi, partner.
Okay, this is the formula for inverted subjects and verbs with question words. Please read and don't forget to remember the formula. Okay, there are 10 questions and the direction. For the direction, each of the following sentences contains a question word. Circle the question words, underline the subjects once and the verbs twice. Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. You can see number 1 and number 2 have been answered. So, we start from number 3. 3 is incorrect. The reason is we know the formula question word plus verb plus subject. How is the question word new student can should be can new students. Can is the verb, new students is the subject. 4 is correct. Where is the question word? Is the verb. It is the subject. 5. The answer is incorrect. Why? Because this sentence uses formula that subject plus verb plus question word plus subject plus verb. You can see the pilot is the subject, can tell is the verb, how is the question word, can the plane, it should be the plane can. The plane is subject, can is the verb. 6. Number 6 is correct. What is the question word? Does is the verb. He is the subject. 7. The answer is correct. The bank president is the subject. Knows is the verb. When is the question word. The vault is the subject. Will be opened is the verb. 8. Number 8 is incorrect. How is the question word? And then it has must change with has it. Has is the verb. It is the subject. 9. The answer is correct. The jury is the subject. Thus is the verb. What is the question word? Then the witness is the subject. Said is the verb. Number 10. The answer is correct. Why is the question word? He is the subject. Want is the verb.
Well, that's all from us. If you have a comment, you can give your comment below.
Hopefully, you can understand with our explanation, and don't forget to like and
Subscribe.
I'm ZARINA ISLAMIA.
And I'm ANITA ApRILIANTI.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time. Bye-bye. Dad,
Related with
TOEFL exercise. We start from our partner. You wanna try to answer some question, Dad?
related with two
Ah.
exercise that also with our explanation. Then don't forget to subscribe